Assalamu alaikum students and welcome to SM Public Academy Campus 5 online lectures. I hope you all are doing good, great at home and you are staying home and staying safe. And as you all know that we have our English literature classes going on. And again, as I always tell you, please have everything along with you. That is your stationery pouches, your book, your copy, everything, because you will be doing the classwork as well within this time. Okay. So I hope you people have completed yesterday all the work that was given. And now today we will be continuing from the next questions and everything. And today also I'll be uploading your homework assignment because today is your homework assignment day. So what you have to do is once you have completed today's classwork, start with the homework assignment, from the next page. And then after that, tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be doing another classwork. And tomorrow again, you have a homework day. So you can always, begin the homework after that. Okay, so this is the way you're going to do it. Do the classwork, do the homework like the way you used to do it when you were coming to school. No big issue. It's the same. You're going to follow the same pattern. Okay, nothing different is going to happen. So I hope it is clear. So let's begin. Okay, so we are doing Macbeth, as you all know. Our play for right now is Macbeth, and we have already done it, to the point where Macbeth has actually become the king. Oh my God, I have so many people coming in. Okay, doing. Okay. Okay, so yesterday what we studied was that finally everybody got to know about the murder, and before everybody got to know about the murder, two other noblemen, that is Macduff and Lennox. Okay, Macduff and Lennox are two another noblemen of Duncan who come to pay their services to King Duncan to Macbeth's castle. And when Macbeth goes to welcome them to greet them, they're just talking about the bad night, how bad the night has been where they stayed, and how difficult it was, the condition over there, how people were actually believing that the earth shaked, and it was not, all of them were like not good signs. Okay, they were not happy signs that occurred the night before. And while those three men were standing and talking about all of that, the news of Duncan's death was common among the people in the castle. And the Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, they uh, performed, or they portrayed that actually they don't know nothing about the death, and they don't know, have no idea about how the king has died, and they were equally surprised. And even Lady Macbeth, she she uh, dramatized herself, you can say, in such a way that she did not even get out of the room, and she was supposed to be helped to go out of the room, and she was getting unconscious, and oh my God, what has happened, all that. And finally, the sons of King Duncan, that was Malcolm and Donalbian, what do they decide? They decide that they should run away, they should escape from Macbeth's castle, because whosoever has committed this crime would also try to kill them. And they both escape, and they both move to different countries. That is, Malcolm goes to your England, and Donalbian goes to Ireland, okay, to save their lives, because they are sure that anybody who has done this deed would also try to kill them. So they just escaped. And after they have escaped, some people even start believing that it was any one of them who has actually committed the crime for the throne, to be the king, to be the next king. They have killed their father. Even some people started believing this. And now, because after they both have fled, the closest, or the most, best person to be chosen as a king was Macbeth. So finally, everybody decided that Macbeth should be made the next king, and Macbeth becomes the next king. Okay, so this is how finally the witches' predictions have come out to be true. Their first prediction was, welcome Macbeth, welcome the Thane of Glamis. That is what he was. The second one said, welcome Macbeth, welcome the Thane of Cawdor. So he became the Thane of Cawdor when he conquered the army of the Norwegians and the noblemen, okay, who were not being loyal. And finally, the third prediction, when the witch welcomed him and said that, oh, welcome Macbeth, welcome the man who will be king. So finally, he becomes the king of Scotland, and in this way, all the three predictions made by the witches have come out to be true. Okay, so he is now the king of Scotland. So King Duncan is no more, and Macbeth is the new king of Scotland. Okay, so let's move start reading forward. After that, we have the next chapter, that is Banquo's ghost. So let's start reading from here. Although he was now king, Macbeth did not feel safe. Okay, now although he has become the king now, Macbeth was not feeling safe. He has, this anxiousness, this anxiety, this fear of different things in his mind. So he was not relaxed. He was not feeling safe. After his terrible crime, he could not trust anyone, not even his oldest friends. He was most afraid of Banquo, who had been with him when the witches spoke to him. So basically, now because definitely he has committed a crime and he has this guilt in his subconscious that is actually telling him again and again that, okay, you have done something wrong, and he's always having a fear that his truth might come out to people and people might learn about what he has done, what criminal activity he has actually done. And so he is not trusting anybody right now, even not his oldest friends. And who is one of his oldest friends? Banquo. Why? Because Banquo is the person who knows about the witches. Macbeth and Banquo, they were the only two people who were there when the witches appeared. And actually, Banquo tried to tell Macbeth that, you don't have to listen to these witches and just, live your life the way you are living, be a faithful and good general. But actually, Banquo saw how Macbeth got carried away by the witches' words and how he started believing them. And Macbeth knew that Banquo would be suspicious, maybe that he is the one who's after the murder. Okay, Banquo knew that Macbeth had been excited by the witch's words and that he really wanted to be king. So this is what I exactly told you, that Banquo was actually whole having this idea that Macbeth can reach to any extent and he can do anything to be the king. Okay, so he might try to just be the king by any way, in any way, whether right or wrong. Besides, the witches had said that the kingdom would one day be ruled by Banquo's family. And another problem and another, troublesome issue for Macbeth was that, that the witches told him that, Banquo, that you will not be happy now, but your children would be kings. Okay, so that is why this is another thing that bothered Macbeth, because Macbeth wanted now his generation to be the next kings. Then how can Banquo's generation or Banquo's children be the next kings? So this is another thing that was bothering him, that was actually troubling him. Okay, this thought made Macbeth both angry and afraid. Now he was angry and afraid at the same time. Why he was angry? Because definitely he does not want to give up his kingship. So he was angry. And why was he afraid? He was afraid because definitely he knows that somebody can discover his crime. He had risked his own life when he murdered Duncan. He wondered whether he had helped Banquo even more than himself. So, he was actually he has actually achieved the throne after, risking his own life. And, he is not thinking that have I helped Banquo? Because definitely if King Duncan was not dead, then Macbeth would not be king. So Banquo's children would not also have the opportunity to be kings, right? Because then definitely after Duncan, Malcolm will be the king, and after Malcolm, maybe Dunalbian, or maybe their children would be the king. So definitely, there was no opportunity for Macbeth or Banquo to have themselves or their children to be kings. So now he was actually thinking that whether he has helped Banquo more than himself. Macbeth felt that he could not safely allow him to live, and he decided to murder Banquo's son also. So, what he's deciding now, he plans that, okay, because my safety, whosoever will be a threat to my safety, whichever man I'm going to find as a threat to me, whosoever I'm going to find as a challenge to me, I'm not gonna let that person live also. And so finally he decides to kill Banquo's son, because definitely he believes that even if Banquo discovered, the next king would be his son. Now he's believing the witch's predictions so much that he's, not worried about Banquo, but also his son, that, Banquo's son will be the next king and I need to kill him. And who was Banquo's son? Fleance, okay, if you people remember. He was so frightened and so determined not to lose the kingdom he had just won. So he planned to commit murder again. So actually what's happening that, finally he decides to commit a murder again. Now you see, once you have done something criminal, something wrong, something sinful, then, it continues. It's like a chain, one after another, one after another. You have to do, things like that again and again and again. So now, first, he was just, uh, he was just planning. Then he committed a crime, and now to save, his criminal career, I would say, to be the king again and to, to remain the king. Now he's planning to commit one more murder, and whose murder is that? Banquo's sons. Okay. In order to kill Banquo, the new king and queen have a great feast for their chief noblemen. They invited Banquo and his son Fleance as the most important guests. So, what did they decide? Now they again have a plan, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, that, they invited all the noblemen for a feast. A feast is a big dinner, okay, a dinner where you have, a lot of festivity along with it. So it's a dinner when you invite somebody. So who did they invite? They invited Banco and his son Fleance as the chief guest. That okay, you both come and you will be the chief guest, because definitely they were the closest friends, and they were the one of the most loyal and oldest noblemen to Duncan as well. So he decided that I'm gonna invite everybody to my home, my palace, my castle, and they will be the chief guests. That day, Banquo and Fleance went out riding, but on their way back to Macbeth's castle, they were attacked by three men. Now, what happened? Banquo and Fleance, they did not actually discover that something like this might go wrong, and they are just having a normal day, and they accepted the invitation and they planned that okay, we're going to go out for a ride on our horses, and our way back, we are going to go to Macbeth's castle for the royal feast or the dinner. And when they're coming back, they are attacked by three men. Now, who are these three men? Macbeth had paid these men to kill Banquo and Fleance, but in this struggle, Fleance escaped. So finally, now Macbeth has sent three men, paid men, who have come and who attack. And in the attack, Banquo is killed and Fleance actually escapes. Okay, he saves his life and he runs away from that place. Though Banquo was murdered, his son managed to get to England, and Banquo's family did later become kings of Scotland. So now, actually, see, this is the turning point where Banquo is living a normal life, his son is all fine, and he's living in the kingdom freely. But when he's attacked, definitely he gets the opportunity to think why he has been attacked, who is behind this, and definitely what he has to do in the retaliation or to take his revenge. And he escapes to England for that time, and finally he's gonna come back one day and take back his revenge from Macbeth, because he's gonna learn in the future that actually his father has been murdered by Macbeth's men who had been sent by Macbeth, and definitely he also was attacked by Macbeth's men. So he's gonna take revenge for it. Okay. In spite of all Macbeth's plans, the things the witches said to Banquo came true. So this is what he told. This is what the witches told him, that you will not be happy, but your psychic children would be. So definitely he died. He was murdered. He was attacked. So he will not be happy. This is what the witches said, and actually their words were turning out to be true. The time for the feast arrived, and the king and queen sat down happily with their guests. The queen welcomed everyone and was determined to delight her guests. Okay, so actually, the feast began, and the king and the queen were sitting, and they were actually expecting Banquo and Fleance never to show up, because they thought that we have sent our men, and they will be killed. And this is the trick they played, that they invited everyone so that everybody gets a feeling that they are so nice and so humble and so generous, that they are inviting everybody to their home to come and have enjoy a feast, and They don't know what has happened to Banquo and Fleance, but at the other hand, they have sent three men to kill both of them. And they're just pretending that everything is fine, everything is good and great. Macbeth talked freely with the noblemen, and everyone was pleased with the feast. Macbeth said cheerfully that he hoped his two chief guests would soon arrive. So he's even talking to his, guests that, oh, I believe my chief guests would arrive soon, and that would add to my delight, and I'll be more happy when they arrive, and that's gonna complete the feast, of course, because definitely they are my chief guest and things like that. He's talking. Suddenly he rose from his seat, trembling with fear. All the visitors noticed and wondered what had happened. Macbeth thought he had seen Banquo sitting in the chair that had been kept for him, but no one else could see anything. Lady Macbeth tried to calm her anxious guests. So what is happening now that Macbeth, because definitely he has a fear. He knows inside his heart that Banquo would never show up because Banquo would have been killed by the men sent by him. And definitely he thought the same thing for Fleance as well, that they both have been killed. And he is just, pretending that, he's looking forward to Banquo coming and, to receiving him and everything. And as soon as he says that, I believe my guest would arrive soon, he just got up from his chair because he believed that he had seen Banquo in the chair that had been placed for him. Okay, there was definitely, you have different if it's a royal feast kind of a thing, you have different chairs for different people. Okay, do they're at nowadays even their name tags that okay, this is chairs for this person, this chair is for this person. And Macbeth actually thought that he had seen Banquo sitting over there, and he gets up and he's all surprised and shocked that come he is appearing here. And Lady Macbeth tries to calm him down and tell him that oh, this nothing is wrong because nobody is there actually in the chair. This is again an illusion. This is again a picture of a thing that he's only seeing and nobody else can see because he's getting this illusion that Banquo is sitting over there. Nobody's over there actually, and the guests are all surprised that why is Macbeth behaving like this. She assured them that Macbeth was not really ill. Turning to him, she told him fiercely to control his fear before everyone guessed their secret. So, she is like being now angry towards Macbeth that what are you doing? Why are you spoiling the plan? Why are you, just making things suspicious for the guests? Because definitely you are not ill, you are fine. You were just talking normally a few moments before, and now you are acting like an insane person. You are shouting, you are talking to Banquo as if he's sitting in a chair and nobody's there in the chair. So why are you acting so weird? And she's just telling him that don't stop acting like this. At that moment, Banquo's ghost seemed to disappear. Macbeth, with more courage now, sat down again. He drank some wine and wished all his guests, including Banquo, good health. So now again, he sits down and he gets calm and he gets normal and he starts drinking more wine and he starts wishing, people that, oh, I wish you health and happiness. And, he's just talking it out. And again, he takes Banquo's name. But now, when the ghost appears in the chair, Lady Macbeth tries to calm him down. He sits back, he looks at the chair, and the ghost is no more there. The illusion that he has is no more there. So he's all fine, he's calm. And again, as soon as he takes Banquo's name, that I wish Banquo good health. Now see what happens next. When he said, we miss our dear friend Banquo and wish that he were here. Banquo's ghost appeared again. Macbeth was helpless with fear and could not bear the terrible sight. He cried out in a loud voice to the ghost to go away. So basically, see now what is happening is illusion is getting to such an height. His mind is so badly covered with the fear and the deception that he is seeing actually Banquo sitting over there. That as soon as he wishes, the the chair again happened to have a Banco, and he is now again seeing Banco, and he's telling him, "Go away! What are you doing here?" And he's just crying, and he's shouting, and he's helpless. And every guest, each and every guest, is actually noticing this behavior, and they believe that has he gone mad? I mean, he's the newly elected king of Scotland, and if he's gonna act mad or if he's gonna act insane like this, and he's gonna keep shouting and talking stupid things, then definitely people will be suspicious that what is wrong because Macbeth was not known for any such kind of deed before, and now he's acting all stupid and crazy. So people are actually getting suspicious that what is he doing actually? Who is he talking to? And there's nobody in the chair. That means something is wrong with his mind. Everyone got up, wondering whether Macbeth had gone mad. They could see nothing. The queen quickly asked her guests to leave in case Macbeth said even more suspicious things. She told them that Macbeth's behavior was not unusual and that these fears did not last for very long. So basically, now Lady Macbeth is actually trying to give a cover up to what mishap actually Macbeth has created. She tells the guests to leave because she says that Macbeth is not actually feeling well, but she also told them at the same time that this is nothing unusual or unnormal, and he has been actually getting such kind of shouting and depressive feelings all the time. So it's just normal, and he is not feeling well. So it's better for the guests to leave for that moment. Okay. So she just tries to give a cover up to Macbeth's behavior. However, Lennox and some other noblemen did not forget what had happened and were suspicious of Macbeth's strange behavior. Now, you see, there is this nobleman Macbeth, and Macbeth was actually one of the most loyal noblemen of Duncan as well. And he and another Lennox, these some of these noblemen, they actually notice what is wrong with him. Lennox is one another nobleman. Lennox, Banquo, Macbeth, Macduff, they all were noblemen to Duncan, okay? So, Lennox and Macduff, they were also there, and they're actually with other noblemen. They're noticing that, Macbeth is not acting normal. He is just acting weird. He's acting strange. And definitely, there must be a reason behind this strange behavior, because it is not something common or something very, usual that a man starts talking to a chair. I mean, that's why is he talking to a chair? What is wrong with him? And even if he has seen Banquo that's sitting over there, then why is he shouting and yelling? Why is he scared of that person? So definitely something is wrong, something is fishy. Macduff did not even come to the feast because he was afraid it might be some kind of a trap for the king's enemies. So Macduff was actually playing safe. Lennox was there, but Macduff did not come. Now Macduff is actually a very smart nobleman himself, okay, and he believes that this might be a trap. This might be, you know, uh, to poison the people or to kill the people. So he's not coming. He's playing it very safe. Okay, he's saying I'm not gonna go anywhere or do anything like this. So definitely, Macbeth has the responsibility. He owns the responsibility now that King Duncan was murdered in his castle. Okay. So that is one black spot on the character of Macbeth now, because definitely even if he did not do it, but he could not provide enough safety to the king. Definitely that's why the king was murdered in his castle, right? So he holds now the responsibility to a certain extent for King Duncan's murder. And that is why Macduff, he believes that I'm not going to go to the feast, to the castle or to the palace of such a man where the king wasn't safe enough. Macbeth was afraid too. Many noblemen did not trust him, and Fleance was alive in England. So now, after the feast, when Macbeth gets normal and he's just thinking about what has happened, so he is actually seeing that people are not happy with him. Okay, the noblemen are not trusting him. Definitely, it's not possible that everybody is gonna start be in his favor, and everybody is gonna start to like him, because definitely their people were suspicious about his behavior, about the things he said. And definitely he was not although he was from the royal blood, but he was not actually the next person to be the king. So people were definitely, some of them were unhappy with him, some of them did not trust him. So there was actually an instability in his kingdom, like the way when Duncan was the king, some of the noblemen tried to make the kingdom unstable, and he attacked them, and they were killed, right? Banquo and Macbeth attacked them and they were killed. But now with Macbeth, it's again the same thing, that there is actually a political instability in his kingdom, because some of the noblemen do not trust him, they don't like him. And again, Fleance was alive in England. That is, this was the biggest threat to Macbeth, because he knows that so far, if the witch's words have turned out to be true, then the next prediction made by them was that Banquo's son would be king. So he's definitely scared of Fleance as well. He was prepared, excuse me, he was prepared to kill anyone to defend his position. He decided to ask the advice of the three witches again. They seem to know about everything that would happen. So basically, now what is happening that, Macbeth is so perplexed, he's so disturbed, he's so tensed that, he's ready to kill anybody. Whosoever comes into his way of being the king or remaining the king, he is actually planning to kill that person. He believes that everybody should be killed, whosoever comes into my way. So he is actually So he's actually telling, that I'm going to go and meet the witches again and figure out what other predictions they have to make, because so far everything they have said that was true. So now he's going to decide to go to that same place where he had actually met the witches. Okay. So we are going to stop here and we're going to begin the classwork now. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Hurry up and take out your copies. Prepare yourself for the classwork. Any questions so far, you can ask me now. Okay, that's all right. Hurry up and take out your copies. Everyone, take out your English literature copies, please. Okay, write the index. Yesterday we did question number 7 and 8. Today we are doing question number 9 and 10. So again, as always tell you, the serial number can be different. I think it's supposed to be 14, but if you have a different serial number, put that. The date is 13, 11, 21. Write the topic, please. Okay, let's start. Okay, the ninth question is, what did Macbeth's nobles and soldiers think about his cruel acts? Okay, so definitely, as I told you, the nobles and soldiers were not happy with his actions, and let's see, he must be doing more, terrible stuff. So Macbeth was getting cruel day by day to make himself safe. He murdered Macduff's family savagely. Macbeth's nobles and soldiers condemned his cruelty. Many of them left him and joined his enemy's army. In this way, he was left alone. Okay, the word here, savagely, it means that, to be fierce and violent, to be very like, to do something in a very severe way. So he killed actually Macbeth's family savagely means very brutally, very severely, very badly, okay? In a way that is actually not acceptable, in a very cruel way, basically. And condemn means to not to accept something, okay? Condemned his cruelty, that is, they opposed his cruelty, they don't accept it. Condemn can also be like to criticize somebody, to be against it. Okay, done everyone. Let me change the slide. Question number 10. Okay. What a strange sight did Macbeth's messengers see? Macbeth's messengers saw a terrible and incredible sight when he was looking for the enemy standing on the hill. He noticed as if Birnam Wood was moving towards Dunstan. Okay, now this is actually in the next, the last chapter of this play. We have not read it so far, so you just, copy the question and the answer. I'll discuss it with you once we reach to that point. Birnam Wood is actually a forest, and Dinsmane was the city where the castle of Macbeth was. Okay, the literature copies that were given to me day before yesterday and yesterday, they have been checked. Those of you who submitted them late, so kindly collect your copies, please, from the school. There were like 5 to 6 copies, I believe, that are in the school, so kindly collect them. Those of you who don't have them. And again, children, let me remind you one more thing, that you are allowed to enter the class in the first 10 minutes, okay? Today, even I allowed you people to join the class till the last 20 minutes, but now from tomorrow onwards, I will be much stricter about this. I will not allow you people to join the class late, okay? Because you're not allowed to be joining the class in the middle. Okay, this is not right. This way you distract the whole class. So try to enter the class within the first 10 minutes so that we don't get bothered. Okay, yesterday there was a question, in your home winter vacation assignment that was actually left to discuss, and I need to discuss that one with you. That was the last question, the situational analysis, where I told you people that if Gertrude had discovered, you know, that Claudius had put poison on Hamlet's sword, on Laertes' sword, then how would the thing, all the ending would have been changed. Now, many of you have just written exactly from the book exactly the same thing that if she would have discovered, then like the fight would have happened and this had happened. And no, you don't have to answer me like this. I'm expecting a change in the ending, and the ending can be changed in various ways. Okay, there are so many ways in which you can change the ending. Suppose if Gertrude would have discovered, she would have told Hamlet, about the whole situation, and she would have asked Hamlet actually to be careful about the match, and but still to fight the match and to kill Claudius and Laertes. This is one situation. Second, maybe if she would have discovered about that, she would have stopped the match and she would have asked Hamlet to, uh, uh, just before even the match begins, she would have asked Macbeth to take Laertes' sword and check if it was pointed or blunt, and to check if there was poison on it. And after discovering both the things being, wrong, she would have put Laertes in prison, and Claudius would have been also put in prison for this reason. This can be the second change. Maybe thirdly, you would have asked. Okay, maybe she would have asked, Hamlet to kill Claudius, even because now actually Hamlet has already told her that this is the way Claudius has been cheating on us. So now when she discovered it herself, she would have asked maybe Hamlet to kill Claudius in the first place. So this is the way that I don't want whole paragraphs here. You see, even if a thing is for 5 marks or 10 marks, you have to be precise and you have to be correct. What you people are doing is people are only writing two pages, and all those 2 pages are irrelevant because you are not telling me what would change. You are only just writing everything that comes into your mind. So just tell to be precise and be what I want. Okay, so I hope you people are done with this and take care of yourself and stay home and stay safe. Any questions, any queries, ask me, and I'll be uploading the homework today. So kindly make sure you do the homework. Okay? Clear, everyone? Please attend the homework assignment that will be uploaded today. Today is your homework day for English, today and tomorrow. So do that. Take care of yourself, everyone. Allah Hafiz.